What's up, guys? So today we're going to be making some Alfredo sauce, and we're going to start with the ingredients. Pretty much all you need is whipping cream, heavy cream, a good Parmesan or Romano, a good grated cheese, and butter. That's really all it is. I'm going to do a little, something a little creative. We're going to add a little mushrooms, and we're going to make raviolis, and we're going to add that all together. So this is just the, but that's the main point of the video, is to show what the ingredients are and show how to make an Alfredo sauce, and then you can get creative after that. And we're going to throw some chicken on too. So that's it. All right, so we're going to start with, in this case, we're doing a little veggies. Now, we're doing mushrooms today, but you could do this with broccoli. Any veggies really you want will work. So we're going to start with just a little bit of olive oil. Just a little bit. You can always add a little more if you need to. Make sure your pan's hot. And we'll start by sauteing our veggies. This is gonna get smaller. All right. Everything very simple. With this dish, you don't want to get too crazy. You see, sometimes people put garlic and all kinds of wine and stuff. It's an Alfredo. It's supposed to be a very simple taste. Just cream, butter. Don't tell anybody there's butter in it. So while we have our salted water boiling, we're going to put a little olive oil in there because we're making the raviolis. It should help so it doesn't stick. We got that going. You want to get this cooked probably about halfway. It's going to finish once we add our cream and stuff. Alright, so now, also, I'm a huge fan of the George Foreman. If you're in a condo or a house, or you just don't want to go outside and grill something or saute something, this George Foreman thing's awesome. If you don't know about it, it's beautiful. Alright, we'll start the chicken while that's going. Olive oil. A little olive oil spray. You put your chicken on there. Again, very, very simple flavors. Just a little salt and pepper on these chickens. Everything very simple. We'll let that cook. We'll get everything started. And for now, we just gotta wait. All right. All right. So the mushrooms are cooking nice. And all right. So the mushrooms are cooking nice. I just put a little salt and pepper, but now when I am cooking a little veggies with this dish, if I wasn't putting veggies, I wouldn't do this, but I am gonna add just a little bit of minced garlic in there, just for a little flavor. But typically with Alfredo, you don't want to get too crazy with all the garlic and flavors, but with the veggies, we're gonna add a little bit of garlic, just a little bit, to get some nice flavor in there while that cooks. And we're almost ready for our cream. We're gonna add our noodles now. Or our raviolis, I should say. That was the whitest thing I could have said. Noodles. Make sure these don't stick. Our chicken should be cooking nice on the Foreman. Everything's coming together nice. Yeah, that's cooking. All right, this is about ready. We're gonna go ahead and add the cream now and let that finish. So literally, I am gonna drain this water though. You want to have a nice white creamy sauce. In this case, because we're using mushrooms, you're gonna get a little bit of a water. You don't want that. You want a nice pure white sauce. So we'll drain that out first. All right. right, so I just drained those mushrooms. I have those set aside. We're gonna make that Alfredo sauce. This is what really the point of the video was, to just really show how an Alfredo sauce is made. And then we're gonna add everything to this pot. So we can start with our cream. We gotta get that heated up. Put a little lid if you want. I wiped out that pan, because like I said, in this case we're using mushrooms, and that gets a little bit of a color to it that I don't want in our sauce. So I cleaned out the pan. I just drained the pan, and I wiped it out with a paper towel. That way we get a nice pure white sauce. We got our mushrooms sitting here, those drained. And those are sitting there. They're just about fully cooked, but not all the way cooked. Our chicken's almost probably ready. And we're looking good. All right. Like I said, I love this foreman. Perfect chicken, cooks on both sides, ready to go. We're gonna set that aside and we're gonna check our sauce. It's coming soon. All right, right about now, our pasta is about ready. We're gonna add the mushrooms now to this cream. And we're gonna drain that pasta. And then we're gonna add everything together. After that. All right, once we get our cream all heated up and it's hot, now it's time to add our butter. We're gonna start with some butter. I got some nice Irish grass-fed butter. Doesn't matter, just regular salted butter though. Can always add a little more. So we're gonna add it in 2 parts. Part 1 here. Okay. And we're gonna add a little bit of our cheese too. Just a little bit. And then it's pasta time. It's a very simple dish. Very simple sauce. You don't add your cheese too early because then it can get really like funny. It can like burn. So you add your cheese at the end. We're gonna add our pasta. By the way, if you're wondering like where I learned how to cook, I used to work at I worked at a pizzeria. I used to make pizza, and I used to just watch the chef. It was a pretty busy Italian restaurant, family style, and I watched them make a lot of dishes, and this is just one in particular that when I saw how simple it was, I was pretty amazed because it's delicious and simple. All right, so we got that there. Like I said, we're probably gonna add a little more butter to thicken this up, add a little more Parmesan cheese, and just turn this around a little more, and we're gonna be good to go. It'll thicken up a little more as it cools too. And we're gonna add some chicken too, probably right on top. Add a little salt and pepper, and that's it. You can see this coming together kind of nice. A little more butter. You know, not the healthiest dish if you're counting calories, of course, but amazing. And then we're gonna plate this up. It's gonna look good. So we're gonna add more Parmesan now and just kind of keep spinning this or turning this. If we had a nice saute pan, you know, you might be doing that little. And that's really all there is to this. All right, so this is thickening up nice. We're gonna add the chicken. This has been cooking for a couple minutes now. It'll start to thicken up. It's just about ready. You don't want this to sit too long now with that cheese in there. We're just gonna add some cube chicken in there. Get everything sauced up. And we're looking good. You see we're starting to thicken up a little bit here. Just gonna add a little more butter, a little more cheese, and this is ready to eat. All right. So just a little more of this butter. little more cheese, and we're plating this baby up. All right. This is looking good. First layer of our raviolis. All right, so I had plenty of extra sauce here. So in any event, never forget some garlic bread. We got some Texas toast here. If you like it spicy like me, add a little crushed red pepper. We got some extra Parmesan going on top here. We're good to go. Nice and simple. Buon appetito.